Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss the easiest and fastest method I have found to remove a bush stump. So with that, let's get into it. Alright, so here's really the secret ingredients. Get yourself a Sawzall that you do not care about because it's going to get absolutely dirty and potentially destroyed, and then find the longest pruning blade that you can find locally. It doesn't have to be a nice blade because ultimately you're going to be sticking it in the dirt. Take this Sawzall combination, go over to the stump you're trying to remove, and you're going to stick the blade into the ground and you're going to cut a full circle around the base of the stump. And you want to get the Sawzall as close to the ground as possible, that way you are cutting as deep as possible to try to make sure you get all of those roots. You want to keep it relatively tight towards the base of the stump, and you might want to angle it in a little bit, but really how much angle that you're going to put is going to depend on how big the shrub is, what species it is, because all shrubs have a slightly different root pattern. But the point is that you're basically going into the ground to cut all of those roots so that you can take the core of the stump out, then you'll go back and clean up those roots afterwards. Once that circle is fully cut, you're going to go back with a shovel and then just pry up a little bit in that full circle all the way around to try to loosen the stump a little bit. And as you do that, you should feel the stump start to move, and you can start prying this out either with the shovel or by hand. Now in this case here, this stump was extremely dense and was way heavier than I thought it was because it was basically a block of solid wood. So in that case, you can also use your Sawzall to chop off smaller, more manageable pieces like I was doing here. With the stump removed, what I would recommend doing is going back and pulling out any of the remaining smaller roots in the area, especially if it's an invasive species, so it doesn't come back. And as you can see, this entire process can be done with only the shovel and the Sawzall with relatively minimal effort. And to give you some idea of scale, just the Sawzall blade here is 12 inches long, so this stump was fairly large and it still came out by hand. That said, maybe you have a bad back, maybe you have access to more tools, or maybe you're doing a lot of these and you want it to go a little bit more quickly with less physical exertion. What you can also do is grab yourself a chain like this one, link it up around the base of the stump like I'm doing here, and either pull it by hand, attach it to a truck, or like I'm going to do, attach it to some sort of hoist to lift it directly out of the ground. But that is all there is to it, so hopefully this helped you out. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.